In the quiet town of Willowbrook, nestled beneath a shroud of ancient oaks and enshrouded in the eerie fog that never seemed to lift, children were taught from a young age to fear the Tooth Fairy. It was a dark tradition passed down from generation to generation, an unsettling tale that haunted their dreams. Every child knew the rules. When they lost a tooth, they were to place it under their pillow, and only then ring a small, tarnished silver bell left on their nightstand. A high-pitched, delicate tinkling would echo through the darkness, and the Tooth Fairy would come, it was said, to claim their offering. The townsfolk whispered in hushed tones, "Be cautious, for the Tooth Fairy demands more than just teeth. It desires your dreams, your hopes, your innocence." They spoke of the rare but terrifying tales of children who had lost more than just a tooth to the creature. It was those unfortunate souls who had unwittingly offered their most cherished possessions, only to awaken with a hollow feeling, as if something had been stolen from deep within them. One rainy night, young Sarah found herself trembling beneath her covers, her heart pounding as she clutched her freshly fallen tooth. She knew the rules, and her mother had warned her repeatedly. But curiosity gnawed at her, and the temptation to glimpse the fabled Tooth Fairy proved too strong. Sarah placed the tooth under her pillow and, with bated breath, rang the silver bell. The chilling tinkle resonated through her room, and the air grew colder, dense with an otherworldly presence. The Tooth Fairy descended, her figure ethereal and graceful. She wore a gossamer gown that glimmered like moonlight, and had an aura of beauty and danger that sent shivers down Sarah's spine. The creature extended her long, spindly fingers towards Sarah's bed, her nails as sharp as shards of glass. Sarah watched, paralyzed with fear, as the Tooth Fairy began to pluck the tooth from beneath her pillow. But then, the creature turned her head, her eyes like twin obsidian orbs, locking onto Sarah's with an intensity that was overwhelming. The Tooth Fairy knew she was being watched, and her lips twisted into a sinister smile. With a voice that sounded like the rustling of fallen leaves, she whispered, "You are curious, little one." Sarah trembled, her voice barely more than a whimper. "Please, just take my tooth." The creature laughed, a sound that seemed to reverberate with the lost hopes of countless children. "Oh, dear child, you have awakened my curiosity as well. I will take your tooth, but in return, I shall claim something more precious." Before Sarah could protest, the Tooth Fairy reached out, her fingers brushing against Sarah's forehead. In an instant, the room was filled with a blinding light, and Sarah's very essence was ripped from her. The darkness of the night seemed to swallow her soul, leaving behind an empty shell. When her mother entered the room the following morning, she found Sarah lying lifeless in her bed, her once bright eyes now vacant, devoid of dreams and hope. The Tooth Fairy had taken more than just a tooth. She had claimed the most treasured possession of all. The townsfolk of Willowbrook grieved for Sarah, but they knew the legend of the Tooth Fairy was real, and their warnings grew more somber. They told their children never to be tempted, never to ring the bell, and to always remember that the Tooth Fairy was a creature of darkness, a sinister being that existed only to take away the most precious things from those who dared to summon her. And so, the legend of the Tooth Fairy lived on, a chilling reminder that curiosity could lead to the loss of innocence and the theft of one's most cherished dreams.